And it all gets started with Trey Younger leading things off. And he will ground the game's first pitch down to O'Farrell. The shortstop is true. And that's how things began 2022. Trying to claim the first series against the Who's since 19 here today. That's headed for the gap, and it's going to find its way onto the warning track. Digging for second base is Green, and he's got an extra base hit. Runner in scoring position just like that. This looks deep enough. Sauke backing up on the warning track, and Georgia Tech will strike first. A sacrifice fly, and Kearse's second RBI of the weekend makes it 1-0 Jackets.
Bleachers. Okay. And just like that.
If that's the goal, this may be the result. Jacob Ferentz on top of the clubhouse, and Virginia on the board. Liner into left. Ellis is around, and he will score to reclaim the lead for Georgia Tech. Find the character so often emblematic of that sport. He'll get the pop-up here. Hansen in. Bright sunshine today, so he shields the eyes.
If he doesn't like the pitch.
Sauke likes this. He runs it on a rail between the fielders and into left field, and there is Casey Sauke's initial base knock in his return to the lineup. Bit of a return to form for him, one of the main closers a couple of years ago. First pitch he delivers. Henry Ford connects on it and puts Virginia out front for the first time this weekend. Fourteenth blast of the season for the Virginia first year. They've been waiting to celebrate.
Pitch.
Anderson finds a little open real estate and is aboard. Mentioned his double yesterday. And Virginia's most productive coming into the weekend. They've used it again here. And that will roll up and into center field. It's going to mean a couple of runs come home, and Virginia's lead grows further. Well, there may be the casual fans at home saying, wait a minute, I didn't think they could do that anymore. Big league level, no. College baseball, absolutely still on the table. Here's another run that was on the table. O'Farrell sends this deep enough into right that Godbout trots home.
Trackman.
High in the air. Long run for the right fielder. In the end, it is the center fielder, Burris.
Being easier for him to command, and he's thrown it in the zone just like that.
Hansen, his throw a little high, and it's going to force Ford off the bag. That means Burris, left center, still carrying. That's off the wall. Jaros had to hold up. Runner on his heels. He'll come around to score, but Younger will be held, and there are two more in scoring position with a run in.
So that's why they set him up on the left side.
This is rolled right up the middle. It's going to mean a couple of runs. Ellis delivers, and the Jackets inch back much closer. Eastler just throws the bat head out there and rolls this right side, and as Ford tried to backhand it, it works away from him. Men on the corners now. A single to the first baseman. This is right side. Big turnaround for Godbout, who's trying to turn two, but the arrival of Green means a Georgia Tech run as he is safe at first. Godbout backs up on it. This time goes to first, and that's the inning. 13-2. And he will line a single into center field. The tying run aboard, and it is Cam Jones, seventh at the plate now. And he sends a 1-1 off Hungate's glove. He'll be forced to go to first with it, and Georgia Tech has tied the game as Jones comes home to score. Hungate works him into the dugout. O'Farrell aboard with the potential winning run for UVA. Did you think Henry Ford was going to bat with a base empty at first?
No shot.
Probably not. Deep center. Burris Burris backing up, seems to have enough room.
Amazing.
2-2, and Jones will sneak this on by Godbout and into right field. He is aboard once more, singled and scored the run that tied it in the ninth. 2 strikes to sacrifice the runners in the ninth. But Jones had to work hard to make sure that didn't connect him, and the out is recorded on the toss on a cross from Griff O'Farrell.
Tech facing 9-1-2.
Hansen, right field, that's going to one-hop the fence, and Luke Hansen has a leadoff double in the bottom of the 11th to set the stage for the Hoops. Nearly everyone's feet on the grass. And Whalen bounces it right up the middle. Virginia evens the series with a Bobby Whalen walk-off in the 11th. And the initial delivery gets us underway. So many of those cycling through those final years of additional eligibility. And here's a liner by Salke, one of those upperclassmen for Virginia, and he will drive home UVA's first run as he plates O'Farrell. Doesn't take that long on Sunday, 1-0 Hoos. He hits this on the button. Virginia's lead will grow. 2 runs come home to score, and the Cavaliers have plated 3 in their opening. 2-2 to Hansen. He'll swing through it. Virginia utilizing the opening frame. Speaking of Salke, he comes charging, but he'll pull up and play this on a hop. First 2 are aboard. The name of Chase Burns had one of those for Wake Forest. This is by Hansen and into left field. Jackets on the board. They do answer right back with, at the very least, a single run here in the second. Where did Whalen's bouncer go? Right where this one's headed. Bichetti going to hit the gap, and that's going to mean a second Georgia Tech run. All the way around is Giesler. Here's another coming to the plate, and it's going to be cut down. The potential tying run.
Ball wants to play the good competition.
Chance to certainly play your way in. O'Farrell going to play his way into another knock into left. They're going to put the brakes on for the runner Becker, and 2 are in scoring position with straightaway center. Very well might be a run. Throw's going to come into third. O'Farrell there safely. Becker comes home, and Virginia walk-off winner. A couple of key sacrifices. Has the RBI here. Salke is going to drive in a run a second time with an RBI ground out on which O'Farrell scores. Series decider today. There it is again. Right back up the middle and through. Matthew Ellis remains locked in. Younger will score.
So it's a great pitch.
This is a fair ball into left field. Burris comes home to score. Stop sign thrown up for Ellis, but the tying run is now at third base. Green tries to loop that over Ford's head. He will. Holding to make sure it's down. The runner at third will then scamper home. Ellis scores, and it's a tie ball game in the third. Can he leave one stranded at third here? Yes, absolutely. A 2-2 that shuts down the frame till they lose a Till and a Geloff from that World Series team a year ago. But you can certainly make your contributions, and Jacob Ferentz has done so again. Tied the game yesterday with his 11th home run of the season. Gives Virginia the lead back. Here's Burris. He lines this into right field. Another base knock in this inning for Georgia Tech. Bichetti all the way around, and there are 2 in scoring position. An infield single. So 2 aboard on hits. You can make it a third hit. And Georgia Tech looks to claim the lead. Runner coming home ahead of the throw. A head-first slide for Burris. And the Jackets are out front for the first time today. We're going to get a little further acquainted with before the day is done. This is trouble down the left field side. Get back to that. It lands. And Georgia Tech is going to add to the advantage. Lackey gives it a pretty good ride, but Salke has enough room, and he'll gather it up on the Edge of the warning track.
Aw, team, so.
Up the middle and through. Sauke again. Each of his 3 at-bats today. Casey Sauke. A run scored in the first. Looking for a whole lot more here. Down toward the left field corner. That's going to one-hop the fence. Sauke to third. A stand-up double in Charlottesville. The 0-2. And Ferentz is struck out for Virginia. Twice, no outcome determined. A couple of ties as Younger lines this into center field. And they've been playing baseball head-to-head against one another. The arrival of the runner. Here's Matthew Ellis again. Another big spot. Another big swing. Sauke on the move. He'll look up. That's going into the bullpen. Ellis having just secured his 11th home run of the season, and he grows Georgia Tech's lead here in the 5th.
Locked in. We talked about it earlier before the game started. His approach is absolutely locked in. He might be the hottest hitter in the nation right now.
The guys behind you. We talk O'Farrell and the strength up the middle and the ground that can be covered in the outfield by this team. Not to mention the offensive contributions you get, like the latest of Ethan Anderson's doubles here.
Maximize that the movement there, because I mean that's really the game plan with that is. Boy, Luke.
I like that you're a cheerleader for your team there. It's a great teammate. That's what it's all about. I saw you 3 weeks ago and did a great job again. Thank you so much for visiting with us, Chase.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me on here.
And back and forth punch and counter punch type approach between these two. No reason to believe it wouldn't be just like this. Giesler starting it off with a single into left. 16 hits pounded out by the Jackets. Hansen, that'll carry him off him, and by the time it gets to O'Farrell, everybody's safe. So Marszalek again gets the job done for the Jackets. Georgia Tech will build upon the lead with his 2 RBI double, as both Giesler and Green come around. Younger, his 3rd hit of the day. It will plate the run, and Georgia Tech with 2 outs. This may be another. That is high and into the bleachers, left field side. Drew Burris joins the home run party, and Georgia Tech's lead now even more sizable on the freshman's swing. O'Farrell, he lines this inside the left field line and is coasting down to second base. Another double for O'Farrell. One thing you know, each time he's been up today at the plate, trying to do that again with a sac fly. Is this deep enough in right? O'Farrell has the speed. He'll tag, and Sauke has driven in a run in each of his 4 at-bats.
And does it well. And your defense prevents that and does it well. Your differentials will pay off in wins.
But 1 out with the bases loaded. It'll be the merry-go-round, make it a 5-run game as Becker draws a bases-loaded walk. And he will put the 0-2 in play. Deep left, backing up and colliding with the wall as he makes the catch is Younger. It'll be the long, loud sacrifice fly to pull Virginia 1 run closer. Sauke in play. He will not be able to beat it out to first. One of the top marks in the ACC, and that's not just for freshmen. And the freshman in the Georgia Tech lineup is aboard once more. He has just notched his 4th hit of the day. It may have been their best chance that he turned aside. Once more, Ellis on a rail and into center field. And you know the speed that Burris possesses. He's around to third. Ball trickles away, but it is gathered up. That's going to bring Burris home. It will not stay at 4. A 5-run lead back in effect for Georgia Tech on an RBI single from Joel. Down to third. Hansen takes it to the bag and then across the diamond for the double play. Critical run for the Jackets. Green gonna run this right down the right field line. It will be more than one run. He's gonna coast into second base, driving home Jones.
And soft. But you need the backside.
There's the final out of the top half of this ninth inning. 11 the lead. Top of the Virginia order. Much work to be done. O'Farrell tees off on the first pitch and drives it out of here for Griff O'Farrell. It is his 4th home run of the season for Virginia. The last time someone unranked took a series from the Cavaliers here at home. That's what Georgia Tech just completed. Jackets take game 1.